Welcome to episode 4 of Compensation Nation, the show where we check in and see how everybody has been compensating week to week. We are your hosts, Skip Paidless and
Nick Wrong.
We'll be recapping each game and hearing from the coaches. So without further ado, let's jump into the first game of the week.
In game 1, we had middle of the road toppling Benedict Fumblecatch, 129 to 113. We reached out to the winning coach and asked, Matthew, your team is looking better and better every week, and the expectations are high. How are you feeling going into a game with the league's #1 team this coming week?
There's a storm brewing. You smell it on the air, lads. The pressure's building. We're all gonna die. Just a matter of time, lads. Just a matter of time, Millardy. Three and 1. If you had told me that's how my season would have been going, I would have called you a liar. #1 league, my ass. None of you are trying. Stop me. Please. They're coming. Please.
We also reached out to the head coach of Benedict Fumblecatch and asked, you currently don't have a backup QB. If Lamar's injury is significant, what's your plan going forward?
You know, lots been going on with my team. I don't know what to do. A lot of injuries. Mike Evans is out. Bucky Irving figured it was good to wear a boot this time of year. Jamar Chase isn't injured, but without Joe Burrow, he doesn't know how to play football. Joe Burrow stubbed his toe. And now Lamar Jackson has a D next to his name on my lineup. Pretty sure that just means he's dead. So you know who I got to replace him? Quarterback so bad that the Chicago Bears didn't want him. Quarterback so bad that the New York Jets did want him. That's right. Going with Justin Fields this week. But you know what? He's going up against a bad Dallas defense, so that's my hope.
In game number 2 this week, we had A Team Has No Name, unsurprisingly taking down Strouted in Mystery 137 to 124. We reached out to the coach of A Team Has No Name and asked, Courtney, a team has no name, and a team also has no losses. What's it going to take to keep the train rolling? Afterwards, we also checked in with the coach of Stratton Mystery. 0-4 is certainly not a strong record, but looking back on the games, you were really right there in 3 of them. And with the right guys in, we could be having a totally different conversation. But here we are, so what is it going to take to get that first win?
Well, guys, I'm battered, beaten, and broken. I can't start the right guys. I got guys not performing. I got this waiver wire where I said I had a major advantage. It's not working for me because you can start anyone anywhere, and they're a must start unless you start a guy that should be a bench player that plays well. So I'm just going to go by total gut feeling here. I'm just going to put in whoever I feel like I want to start, and we're just going to go from there. We got to start building up. Let's get it done.
And then our third game of the week, we had Birds in the Temple of Doom frying the Falcons, 148 to 94. We reached out to head coach Nick and asked, back at 500 after a dominant performance, is this more of what we can expect of the team going forward?
Thanks, guys. It's nice to get back in the win column. Great team effort all around. Everybody really contributed in their own way towards a great overall team win. You can certainly expect that to continue this upcoming week. Got a lot of our top guys on the bye. It's been a message in practice all week to the guys who are going to get their opportunity. You know, you got to make sure you make the reps count when you get them and really put yourself on the map, show what the depth of our bench and this team can do, and hopefully hand the best team in the league their first loss here coming up in week 5. Be a hell of a story. Should be a great game. Again, chance for a lot of young guys to go out and prove themselves, see if they can step up.
And then we asked the desperate coach of the Falcons, 1-3 is not where you want to be leaving week 4. Coach Hall, do you think maybe your priorities aren't in the right place to develop a winning culture?
This is what I get from the commissioners this week. Coach Hall, do you think maybe your priorities aren't in the right place to develop a winning team culture? This is what I'm talking about. All these commissioners care about is winning. Courtney cares about winning so much that by the end of this season, he's going to have to chisel off his underwear. And now I know why Josh cares about winning, because if he loses, he has to make a charitable contribution. But this week, it's not about them. Their time will come. But this week, it's about someone that gets it. It's about Marvin Harrison here bending over in the end zone, overcome with emotion because he actually used his hands to catch a touchdown. And you know why? Because he understood the note attached to his locker that says, if you don't use your hands, then you don't need your hands. Marvin got it this week. But this next week, I'm calling out 2 people that don't seem to be able to get it. I'm calling out you, John Harbaugh. Your defense keeps giving me negative points. Well, this week, John Harbaugh, I'm putting you on the hot seat. And a hot seat is never metaphorical to me. And John Martin, the offensive coordinator of the Lions, you have one job to do. Get the ball to Sonic and Knuckles. And yet, all you can do is give the ball to Sonic. Get the ball to Knuckles this week. Because if you don't give it to Knuckles, Knuckles are going to be giving it to you.
Well, in Game 4, we had War and Peace defeating Madison Beerme 165-116. We approached the coach of War and Peace and asked, abandon Dak Prescott and instantly in the win column with the highest score of the week. Glad you finally took my advice.
Personnel changes were made that seemed to benefit both parties, and as such, the team just melded together like one cohesive unit. And I think it was going to be a very common thing. So the rest of the league better watch out, because my boys are going to storm that field every single week.
We also caught up with the coach of Madison Beerme, Matt, and asked, from winning the Super Bowl to starting 1-3, what's the blame for the slow start? Is it too late to turn things around?
You know, I think we're just in a classic Super Bowl hangover. My wide receivers went on too many bad trips. They ain't putting up the numbers they should be. My quarterback's dating a celebrity and is distracted. We're off to a slow start, but I think we'll be fine. We'll be back in the Super Bowl in a couple of months, and we're going to start winning every game from here on out.
And then our final game of the week, we had Lav's Golden Penix winning in convincing fashion against Osama bin Laden, 139-107. We reached out to Coach J-Dog and asked, looks like the league's #1 offense can't be slowed down. So let's focus on something else. Your bench doesn't appear to be capable of producing the points your starters can. What is your plan to account for the missing points when you have a bye week or an injury to one of your starters?
Oh man, dude, that's a real good question. I've been all over Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist shopping for a couch, man. I think really what it comes down to is comfort for those guys, you know? And once they get a nice replacement for that bench, I think they're really going to start producing, dude.
And then we reached out to Coach Sean and asked, we keep talking about Barkley, Allen, and Brown, meaning your team is set to blow up. But at 1-3, how long can we keep pretending that nothing is wrong?
Well, you know, things happen. You always got to have a positive outlook. And guess what? I'm pretty positive right now. I've got a positive outlook. That sounds drunk. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. Something I didn't think you probably didn't think you'd see this week. This is called horse shit. Oh, there's a little bit. Don't get on my shoes. A little bit of horse shit. You probably didn't see that this week before now. And guess what? There's a big old chunk. You know what else is a big old chunk of horse shit? AJ Brown. Fuck this guy. If anybody wants him, send me a couple Coors Lights give me a pat on the back and, I don't know, a smoke or Snickers. I don't care. Somebody can have him. Fuck this kid. But besides that, it seems solid. We'll be all right in the future. Probably be about 500. I've kind of accepted it. You know, when you come to an all-inclusive place, it really makes you understand life, because you have nothing to do but drink and eat. And I've drank and eaten. And you know what? I'm probably not going to win fantasy this year, but guess what I am going to do? I'm going to get drunk, and I hope I get 500. Cheers.
That wraps up week 4 of Compensation Nation.
Thank you for tuning in.
And best of luck compensating this week. That wraps up.
Okay, there you go. Now it's back in your brain. Everything.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think that has to be worse. There's no way.